slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some modestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable.
Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant, modern kingdom for the taking.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and third downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hands, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Punt meets him at the 28. And he's brought down before the return gets far. So here are the Steelers now, taking over for the first time. Leading them out, a man in his 13th NFL season, and rising quickly up the career leaderboards, Russell Wilson.
Last week was the ideal showing for him and really allowed his offense to feed off of him. He elevated everybody around him. Just got to look at his stat line to see how well he was throwing the ball. 300-plus yard game, several touchdowns, tremendous efficiency.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. On the carry, this is Najee Harris. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Harris once more. Breaks the tackle, still going. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 13 on that play. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football are good fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
First down, here's Russ. Fryermuth there to bring it in. And he's got it up to midfield and into Browns territory.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And with third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
This is Harris on second down. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Hauled to the ground by Jordan Hicks. It looked like they had it, but nope, no gain, and now they're just inches short for third down. Staying on the ground with Harris. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and you get what you need.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Going to the ground again on first. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's a Steelers first down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
First down throw from Wilson. It's taken in by Washington. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal.
Yeah, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's first and goal. Harris. And he's going to fight forward and get in. Touchdown! The Steelers have a great first drive and get the game's first points. Najee Harris, the touchdown. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
Point after up and good from Boswell. And the Steelers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Now Boswell on to send this away. Center return, Nyheim Hines. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Onto the field comes the Browns offense for the second time. They didn't start the game off like they wanted, Brock. Still searching for that opening first down as they take the field a second time. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Winston looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Minkah Fitzpatrick in on the stop.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Now movement as somebody goes early. And for the first time today, we're going to hear from our officials. There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost him 5 yards. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Here's Winston to the air. Chubb brings it in. Now he's past the 25. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Hines. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This game has evolved so much over the years, but there's just certain times, there's certain moments and flashes of greatness like that that you see Dick Buckets, that you see Jack Lambert, that you see Mike Singletary. These middle linebackers stuffing a run. This guy in particular, like the greats used to do.
And he's brought down for a loss.
This coordinator tried to show some trust and belief in his offense. A run after a negative run? Well, you lose a lot of equity and belief in that coordinator. I don't think he's going to try a 3rd run after back-to-back negative losses.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Winston. He's got Njoku on the sideline, caught. And he's out of bounds at the 3. Nearly got to the end zone there.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Maher connects there. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset. They couldn't finish the drive with the touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Calvin Austin on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Steelers and Najee Harris making their return to the field. And with the end of the season in sight, he's looking for a strong finish to capture that NFL rushing crown. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. carried by Harris here to start the drive. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
From the 29. It's complete to Hopkins. It's it ahead, has about 5 yards. Brought down by Quay Walker. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. We're a quarter of the way through on this chilly winter afternoon. 7-3 is our score. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break. Second quarter, all queued up and ready to go. It's Steeler football. They'll have it 3rd and 3. Ross off the play fake. Complete beyond the marker. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. That play good for 17 and a first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Now an inside handoff to Harris. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Kate, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
Here's 2nd and 14. Caught by Freiermuth. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
And the Browns bringing out some extra defensive backs. We've got dime on 3rd down. Russ now from the gun. Taking a shot deep down the field it goes. They connect on the deep shot. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. To rock this offense, looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Boswell to add the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Steelers drive their lead to 11. Now Boswell on to send this away. Crowder with a return here. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Back out now comes the Browns offense. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw on their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Winston to throw it. Got a man. It's Njoku. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
They motion the tight end over. Here's Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Bails out of the pocket quick. He'll try and run this. Gets out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run.
I love that play. I mean, that's quarterback 101. Nothing downfield, get what you can with your legs, but so much more importantly, protect yourself. Availability, one of the most important abilities for any quarterback.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
He's got a gain of 6 there. Minka Fitzpatrick in on the stop. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
He gets this one to Myers. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. To throw, here's Winston. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
No dice on that prior pass, here's 2nd down. Chubb running out of the gun. And they'll stop him, but not until he has a nice little gain down to the 32. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Winston now. He has the 1st over the middle. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. That one gains 7. And that gives the Browns a 1st. They go play action here. Flushed out of the pocket. Now he takes it. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Cole Holcomb there on the stop.
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
Second down now, 7 to go. Myers the motion man here. They give inside to Chung. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
No one picks him up, and he reminded everyone in the building why that's a major mistake. The linebacker's athleticism on full display. A sack in under 2 seconds? That's a select group of players on the planet who could pull that off.
They send out Eddie Pinheiro for the field goal. He was good on his first kick. Gonna need to hit this one well to go 2 for 2. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that brings the deficit back within a score, 8 points.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
For Darrell Patterson, now to return. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Ooh, after that play, we can tell he's hurting. He's someone they need to help their playoff hopes. Training staff working on him now. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Blitz coming, Russ. Snared by his running back, it's Najee Harris. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
Wilson with it on 1st. Finds his back, Jalen Warren. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Here's 2nd and 11. Chased out to his right. And he'll go out of bounds after a pickup inside the opposing 40. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a 1st down. That's a big bonus for the quarterback.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Wilson now from the gun. Throw reeled in by Hopkins. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
That's another Pittsburgh Steeler. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Warren here from the gun. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal. Shotgun snap for Wilson. And got his man. That's a Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers will add to their lead at the end of the half. George Pickens the touchdown. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Crowder with a return here. And this drive will start inside the 25. They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after looks like a yard gain. Cole Holcomb there on the stop. So we arrive at halftime here in Pittsburgh. The Steelers leading after 2. Now we'll send you south to Orlando for a check-in around the league via Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. And it's the Raiders who have the lead.
Not everyone's a fan of the out-of-town scoreboard. We'll keep our focus right here. Let's get back to football with the start of the second half. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. On the return, here comes Austin. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. The Steelers and George Pickens set for this next possession. He's caught a touchdown in this game, as we see now where that helps land him among the NFL's leaders in that category.
Hey, you go into halftime with a double-digit lead, your #1 objective, and they'll all say it in that locker room, it's 0-0 to begin the second half. So you want to come out firing the same way you did in that first half. And that kick returner, he took matters in his own hands.
Now start with a give to Harris. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Running behind center with Harris. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you want to take your shots. And some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
New set of downs for him from the 46. First down, and they go right back to him. Good little whip there. Looks like about 6. That was Denzel Ward who brought that play to an end. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
This is a guy who, man, when he is in a group, when he is feeling it, you're just not going to bring him down with an arm tackle. You better buckle up. You need a textbook tackle on this guy. Wrap, grab some cloth, and drive him to the ground with all you got.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Taking the handoff, now Wilson. And that's incomplete, and he's happy to have that one fall compared to, well, the alternative. Looked like it was going to be picked there.
I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. You got to secure the pick before anything else.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. To throw, here's Wilson. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Looking for George Pickens that time. And 4th and 4 coming up.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. From the gun, it's Wilson. They can't connect as the coverage comes through with a 4th down stand.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
The Browns, nice field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even rip through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 15. Connecting on the slant. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
Extra man in the secondary for the Steelers. 3rd down coming up. That one's caught along the left sideline. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And that's good for a Cleveland 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there. David Njoku, the guy he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing with a blitz on the way. That one complete to Njoku. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Cole Holcomb there on the stop. Now after that play, we've got somebody shaken up, and you don't want to see serious injury in the midst of their playoff push. He's being looked at here. Chance wants to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Winston looking to throw. That's caught for the first. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Great, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page, because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Back to the well again. He cut, and he's in. It's a Cleveland touchdown. The Browns start the second half with some needed points. Well, he found himself some space to work, and from there, all athleticism as he made his way in for 6.
You know, you run the ball down in the red zone, Kate, you're not always thinking touchdowns, right? Space is so hard to come by. But you're exactly right. His athleticism, his explosion, his speed, it puts 6 on the board for the offense.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Patterson now to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Steelers down Russell Wilson, headed back to the field now. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. First carry for the versatile vet Cordero Patterson. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. They gain 14 on the play. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down.
Had the first down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
1st and 10 from the 41. Russ is going to cook here. Pass taken in by Freiermuth.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Eight yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 43. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Throwing on 3rd, Wilson. Catch is made down the right sideline. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that's a Steelers first down.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he could separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. First and 10, give to Harris. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
2nd and 3 now. Russ now from the gun. They connect on the deep shot. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Harris has nothing on that run. They stand strong and stop him at the 2.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal. They'll run with Harris. And he gets in. Touchdown! The Steelers lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. Najee Harris, the touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Boswell gets that point after to go. And the Steelers lead by 15 now. Now Boswell on to send this away. On the return, here's Hines. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Browns getting their offense out there. And the touchdown's got to keep coming for them as they still trail here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's Winston to the air. He misfired on that one. It's behind his man.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Throwing is Winston. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. That one vehemently swatted away. So that brings up 4th and long.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. Call that a 64-yard punt officially. And the Steelers will take over possession. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Najee takes this one. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the 3rd quarter. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. Second down now, 7 to go. Ross off the play fake. Put the body on the line for his team. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
They go with Harris on the run. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Wilson now off the play action. Buying some time right. On the run right, throwing deep down the side. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge gain.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Russ setting to throw. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Hunter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And the fair catch secured here at the 16. So no return on that punt. And the Browns will have their work cut out for them on this drive. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. And off to Chubb to start the drive. And he finds some space up to the 22-yard line. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you get runs of that length. It may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They pick up 20 yards there. And that gives the Browns a first. Here's Winston. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
The best defensive ends in the NFL, they don't need to win sustained battles to get home. Nope. Sometimes, Kate, all they need is one quick move, and they're into the backfield blowing it up.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Another try following the sack. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Winston. Dumped off to his running back. And he's brought down after a short gain.
It's plays like that, Kate, right wrong. Where I sit and judge a defense. I judge the awareness. I judge how well that coordinator's got him equipped to see what's going on the field, and not just see it, but attack it. And they devoured that screen game on 3rd down.
Desperation time here on 4th. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. That'll be a 20-yard hit on 4th down, Brock, and it keeps this drive moving.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
1st and 10 from the 41. Back now, pressure on its way. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do get home that side.
Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. It was there. He just couldn't corral it. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, but then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line.
Pursue, pursue, pursue. It's why they do these drills all the time, Kate. You do them through the offseason, you do them through training camp, you do them in the regular season. Because when a defense plays with tremendous pursuit, you force 4th downs just as they did.
A lot of room they need here. It's 4th and a long 8. Winston to throw it. He finds him beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. What a play to beat the defense on 4th down. It's 23 yards and a first.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Now give right side to Chum. And he heads out of bounds. Great pickup on that run. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Chum trying to run his way in. And they need finding more than one defender there. Powerful runner, stopped for just 1 yard. Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal. And he will score. It's a Cleveland touchdown. The Browns can make it a one-score game as they trim the lead. David Njoku, the touchdown. The kick is good, and they've moved back within a possession in the 4th.
Makes the score Steelers 28, Browns 20.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. On the return, here comes Austin. He's got a lane up past the 30. He'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down. The home team's back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And you know who the ball is going to when they reach the red zone. He's currently top 5 across the NFL in rushing scores this season. The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set 1st and 10. Carried by Harris here to start the drive. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Harris once more. And he rocks the tackler. And he's brought down after a nice run and some extra effort. Well, we've talked about this before, Brock. The thinking's simple but effective. We'll stop getting it to this guy when you find a way to stop him, and they have yet to do that today.
You know, there's just certain things up in this booth that I love. I think you could feel it emanating from me. And one of them is when you impose your will, and you don't back away from it. If they can't stop it, run it right at them.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning in Pittsburgh. Steelers up by 8. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Staying on the ground with Harris. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. So after the 2-minute warning, another stoppage here. The defense is calling time. 1:55 to go. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Inside handoff to Harris. And he could only get a lone yard. Took a couple of guys to haul him down near the line. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. A run here with Harris. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Now the Browns spend their final timeout. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first.
I was built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on the gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna end.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name. Check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change. Possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me, I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally weak. No mercy, all I got is working. Never stop searching, never quench the thirsty. I'm toxic and psychotic, with this logic you can't stop it. It's been chronic since I was a boy, so neurotic and chaotic. Go! To last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the cast, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the gas. No, never stop competing, yeah. I've been doing this, I'm on it. I just wanna be iconic. Sipping on a gin and tonic, got me going off when I'm on this topic, yeah. If I ever play, I want it. You know that I'm always honest. Stay away from those who are toxic. Keep them out your face, no way, you don't want them, yeah. Don't try to drain my energy. The enemy is everything. It's mentally, unhealthily, spreading like a rare disease.